Hey everybody, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, K-O-I-S-T-I-N-A. Hope you're all doing good today. It's really cold today. So please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job. It's just me reading books, talking books, and my channel's growing like a turtle. Really slow. And every time I get five new subscribers, 4 of you unsubscribe, and I end up with +1. So anyways, we are talking about, oh look, here's a co-host. How you doing, co-host? This is the second book. We did the body in the library. No, the body in the garden. Anyway, wait, let me just double check. I don't want to go in. This is book 2 in this series. How's it going there, dude? The Body in the Garden. That's it. This is book 2 of the Katharine SCHELLMAN, the Lily Adler series, Silence in the Library. And we'll wait for Tilly here to finish banging. I'm really enjoying this series. It's really good. The fact that she's a local author is another buzz for me. If you read the Alyssa Maxwell series that I did, the Gilded Newport, or the Wexford and Sloane by Andrea Penrose, or the Darcy Wilde Rosalind Thorne series, this reminds me a lot of the Darcy Wilde series. But I haven't seen any more of those, so I have yet to go back and investigate. I knew what it was when I was doing it, whether or not the author was still alive or not. She may have been passed, but I'm not sure. But this reminds me a lot of the Darcy Wilde series, almost a similar setup. So this is our second book, and Lily has been hanging out with Captain Jack, and I'm hoping that she eventually gets a series of romance going with Captain Jack, like Wexford and Sloane did, and the other series. But Lily Adler is she's trying to start a little bit of a business. This is the second book, and she hasn't actually taken on a client yet. We'll have to see what happens in future books if she actually takes on clients. She has business cards, and they're A Lady of Quality, Inquire by Letter, General Post Office, Old Cavendish Street, London. Discreet inquiries, confidential investigations, and mysteries solved. This will be her second run-in with Bow Street, and her second mystery to be solved. She comes home one day from an outing with Captain Charles, and her father is moving into her house. And her current staff do not know of her father, and they're like, "Who are you? Why are you moving into this house? You know, you're not supposed to be here. The lady of the house didn't say you were coming." And her father just barges in. She hasn't seen her father in years. So, and a lot of this book reminds me of, I had the game Clue going through my head when I was reading this. I was like, so and so killed in the library with the well, not the candlestick, but I don't want to spoil too much. But so Lily's father arrives with his manservant Branson. You don't see Branson at all. He's mentioned once or twice, but usually sometimes you'll see the manservant quite often, but you don't see Branson at all. After he has 1 or 2 appearances, and then he's gone. So Lily's like, "I'm out of here," and she goes out with Jack. So Jack and Lily visit Lady Wyatt. Apparently, her father was friends with Charles Wyatt for a very long time. He was one of his best friends, and Lily's father is upset that Charles has married a second time. He feels that his friend did not mourn long enough, but his friend feels that 20 years was enough of the mourning, and he needed to get on. And it for a little bit there, and it probably becomes true that the older gentleman was conned into the marriage, or she led him on to believe that she cared more for him than she really did. But when Lily goes to investigate the situation, the woman turns out to be a little older than she had anticipated. So she thinks, well, it might be a good thing, until she learns some new information. And then there's a small incident while visiting, that they are accusing a servant of stealing from his master, whatever, employer. And apparently it wasn't the servant, it was a relative who needed money, and they was setting up the servant to take the fall for it. But it is quickly just figured out, and it's revealed that this other person took the money, and the father makes all these claims about disowning and all this kind of stuff. They have a little fight, but later on it's resolved. But unknowns to the parties involved in the initial argument, they do not know that it was resolved later. But the two parties that was pertaining to did resolve it. However, like I said, the rest of the world doesn't know. And when one of those two parties is discovered dead the next day, all fingers point to the other party involved, but the other party has an alibi and is working through it. But so Lily starts her investigation. She's automatically drawn into it. The Bow Street Runner knows her and is familiar with her and is starting to use her. Like in the Rosalind Dawn mysteries, the Bow Street Runner was coming to rely on her. And we're still seeing a lot. We don't see as much of Captain Jack in this book as I would have liked, but we do see him quite often, and we do see him have a little bit of jealousy. I keep waiting for him to make the move, and it seems like Miss Schellman is bringing in a third party to make it a little bit of a triangle situation there. I don't know. I was thinking the Bow Street Runner is a little lower than the other Bow Street Runner. It's kind of hard to explain. But it really is. It's an intriguing book. It pulls you in. It held my interest. I read it about 4 hours, a little less than 4 hours. I was stopping for other stuff. But when they go to the house the next day for the they had scheduled an outing with the new wife to get to know her. And when they get to the house the next day, they've discovered that the gentleman has been murdered, so the outing has been canceled. And the Bow Street guy is there, and he's like, "Oh, you're here." And he's like giving them secret signals to help him out and help him find stuff out that he doesn't want the people that he's investigating to find out. And he doesn't want the people investigating to know that he knows Lily and Jack. So there's a lot of little intrigue in there. They also have the gentleman who was deceased also had a handicapped child, a mentally challenged child, not too low functioning, a little on the higher side, but maybe a Down syndrome, maybe a little higher than that. But around those circumstances, and the child needed one-on-one supervision and care. And rumors, first of all, no one knew about the second child. He was a big, huge secret. And the big, huge secret comes out, and then people start pointing fingers at the unknown child, and maybe he belongs in an asylum, and he needs to be put away, maybe he's dangerous, maybe he did this, when he had absolutely nothing to do with any of it. But he may have witnessed or seen something that he shouldn't have, because he does eventually, his nanny, he tells his nanny some stuff, and she eventually gets killed. And there is also a servant that also got released from duty because she turned out to be with child. And there's a whole story there. So it's a very multi-layered story. You have Lily and Jack are your leads. I usually like to introduce the characters. And Captain Jack is a Navy guy, but he's been helping Lily with her investigations. Her father, she refers to him as Mr. Pierce most of the book to show the estranged relationship. The Wyatts, you have Percy the cousin, Frank Wyatt the son, Arthur the other son, and the new Mrs. Wyatt, Winnie. And she's always very aloof and holds herself higher than most. She's a little upper. The Carstairs are Lily's servants, and they're very nice people. And Jem, we got to see a little more of Jem. I'm hoping we get to see even more of Jem as time goes on. He's a delight. Maybe he'll get adopted or something like the other ones in the Andrea Penrose series. That was really quite good. So they snippets of hints of mystery you are revealed. I like it how the author drops little breadcrumbs throughout the story, and then every so many chapters brings them back in. Oh, like remember, I forgot to tell you, I overheard XYZ and this little stringing, and they start stringing together the mystery and the threads and forming what actually happened. It is very multi-layered. I really enjoyed this. This is the second book in this series, and I'm anxious to get on to the third one, Death in the Manor. So we'll be doing that in the next couple days. But it's a really good mystery. It's very, very multi-layered. I'm very jealous. I wish I could write as well as Katharine. She does really good dialogue, and she's a new author, and she's also a local author, so I give her props for that. And I did take a ton of notes, but I'm not going to bore you with all my notes. I see all these notes here. But I do ask you to check it out, and please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job. I'm getting ready to do 4th of July with Patterson, and the next J.D. Robb, and the next Kathy Schumann. I hope you'll join me. Don't forget Star Trek Fridays. Please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.